Okay, we are live. What's up? Jen here with Convicted Hearts. I am here with my sister from another Mister, Denise. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good.
Good,
I'm
good. It's
good.
been a minute, right? Since
Yeah,
this
it's been a
October?
minute. Yeah, too much
Yeah.
stuff going on. Every time
No.
there's something else,
Yes.
and that's how it seemed to be like this whole time, like this whole
I
month.
know. I
Yeah.
think it's been like, and I know it's me, stuff going
Mhm.
on. And I think it's been like 2 months, almost 2 months.
Oh wow,
I'm going to just put right
on
here.
your channel, huh? Not on the round table.
Yeah, just for this one. Hey, Salvador. We got
Hi,
Salvador by
Salvador.
line. How are you, Sal?
What up, Sal? I hope people get their notifications.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to type it right here. I know Sal's going to be good to hit the like. That'll help spread the word.
Hmm.
If I could just, please, if I could learn the spelling of please.
Hmm. You know
Talia.
how to spell, please?
Girl, I have a hard time even saying please.
Oh man.
Kidding. If that's misspelling, then blame it on Salinas School District. Sorry.
Put PLZ.
I know. That's what I'll
That's
do
how
from
I
now
spell it.
on. The
PLZ.
Salinas report. There you are, hermano. I
Oh,
caught your
Mikey?
line.
Is that Mikey?
Yes. Yes.
Man, Mikey, you need to jump on. I couldn't call
No.
you. I was gonna call you and it was already you were already like over.
Right. I
But
like the get down of that life you did. That was, yeah, I like that.
yeah, I wanted to get in there to tell you my thoughts on that. But
Well, girl, here we are. Let's hear
yeah.
it out. Mikey's here. I'm
What's
here. You're
Mikey's
here.
what's he saying?
He said tapped in. Okay. Let's see. East Bay NorCal. Hey, Jen tapping in. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Been a minute, right?
Tell
Good to see
Mikey
you
to hop on.
always. Yeah, if you got time, Mikey, hop on, hermano. Good to see Dog in the house. Good
Cubo
night.
doggy.
God bless, Cubo. You guys check out the Sea Dog and Cooper Show podcast and
Mm-hmm.
check out our other hermano, the Salinas Report, Mikey. US Mex, that's right. So he is here, Denise. So you caught part of Mikey's life
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, I
Okay.
caught the end of it. So let me get into this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so all the YouTube drama.
Okay, I'm gonna
All the
shoot the link real quick
YouTube
for
drama.
yeah,
Huh?
go for it. I'm gonna shoot the link for Sea Dog, but keep going.
Okay. So all the YouTube drama. Everybody got to jump on that boat wagon, right? That whatever that
Yeah,
wagon.
yeah.
So Mikey was talking about just be real when you come on there, like every other channel that I've never heard of. Okay, a few channels that I've never heard of, but came across them because the thumbnail, and I was like, "What's this about?" So I would click on there. If it was a certain person, like certain people, I would just I ain't
Mhm.
wasting my time. They just want to get the views. They just want to get the gente talking, and they want to talk cheese man. But they always use the "but" word. But I'm not gonna
Ooh, but
say. I'm not
What's
gonna
that,
say.
Sea Dog?
You
all
know,
right, all right.
they say "but." I'm not gonna say right, and then they say it. Okay. So enough of that bullshit. What up, Sea Dog?
All
Looking
right,
good.
all right. Buenas noches, familia. You
You
already
vote.
know.
You already
Nice.
know.
You
Okay, so I even had people tell me, "What about Sea Dog?" Well, don't talk about Sea Dog because you know what? This ain't his channel. So go to his channel and talk to him. Don't talk to me and don't ask me shit.
Look,
Okay?
I'm gonna tell you this. Wait, when they pull up their paperwork, I'm gonna pull out my paperwork straight like that. You bring yours, I'm gonna bring mine, homie, and we'll talk about it like that, straight
That's
up.
right. That's right.
Real talk, you know what I mean? If you guys want to
Yeah.
talk about me, you bring your shit, I bring mine, and that's it. You know what I mean? Plain and simple.
Yeah. Don't ask me shit on other people's channel though. Like that.
Yeah.
That's not the place, right?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I continue to fuck with certain people. Excuse my
Mm-hmm.
language, but I'm still friends with Dubs. I'm still friends with Gun. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still friends with Sonny. I'm still friends with Sea Dog. You
Uh-huh.
know, and pretty much that's all who I watch. Like I don't go to everybody's channel. But like I said, if it's a thumbnail and I'm like, what's this? So I click on it, it's cheese mail, I turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't with that. Not with it. So if you go back, like if you go back like let's say 2 years ago, right? When Sonny was on that AC channel.
Mm-hmm.
you would know and you would understand why he's talking now. You know, he finally opened his mouth. Sonny finally opened his mouth and started to talk about this dude that he was on once on his channel. When he was on his channel, mind you, I would tell Sonny, speak up. Don't let that fool treat you like that. Like, what's
Yeah.
up? Tell him something. And he wouldn't. He did not say a word for the longest time. Finally, he's speaking up. And I commend that man. I don't down him for 1 minute. You know, I commend him for speaking up now. He's asking for some type of paperwork. Do that if you want. That's on you. That's your channel. But
Yeah.
I'm his friend, and I'm like backing him up. I still have a wrench. I still look out for the trolls. I still, you know, people tell me stop, shut up, da da da. Split. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, I still talk to Dubs. I've met Sonny in person. That's how I know his character. Okay, I know him just like I know Cholo. I met Cholo like 3 times.
Hey, excuse me. Let me say something real quick. And you know what? As far as like Sonny, you met him. He seems like a real straight up dude, though. You know what I mean? Like from what I get, he ain't no just a regular dude. I know that. You know what I mean?
He's very much. He's a smart guy. He may have looked dumb to some people when he didn't say nothing, because that's the kind of person he was, or he is. He don't speak unless he has to. And right now, I think he waited pretty much 2 years to say, you know, his piece and whatnot. So yeah, he's a very cool person in person.
Yeah.
I haven't met Dubs or Gun. I've talked to them on the phone. I have their personal numbers. They're cool. They're cool. You know, just whatever happened came out, and you know that's a cheese. That's a cheese mess for YouTube right now. And it's pretty sad because all the razas at each other's throat instead of other people being in the mix. It has to do with raza, the people, same, you know, gente that are backbiting each other, and it's fucked up. Yeah.
So that's how you feel. Like you're saying, that's how you feel about everybody that's being talked about, or?
I feel like it's all about views. It's about people just talking chisme to get a view. You know, they put certain people's pictures up there on their thumbnails so that I know they're underneath on the bottom. I know that their names are there, but you know, I look at the thumbnail, I click it, and I'm like, oh man,
yeah.
I'm not interested in that cheese, you know?
Yeah.
Because they always talk and then they say, oh, but I'm not going to say but, and then they say it.
Well, I mean, I think honestly, I think all sides do that. I think everybody is dropping subliminals. And I'm gonna just being straight up, like, you're cool with who you're cool with, and I don't say nothing. It's none of my business. You're my friend no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I might not be cool with who you're cool with.
Yeah.
But we are okay here, right? Right.
And that's okay because I go on everybody's channel.
Hey, I've never told you nothing about, hey, that's not cool. Like, no, we do our thing here. We go on about our day. I back Sonny up. Like, I don't know what all that is about, but as far as a person, I can vouch for Sonny as a person, working with him on the brief time that we worked together on YouTube. Yeah. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any further than that, I can't tell you about anyone else.
Yeah.
You know, and that's that. And as far as people dropping videos or using, you know, photos, that's typical YouTube. That's clickbait, or that's how the game goes. I can tell you right now, if I was doing that, or if Sea-Dog was doing that on our channels, tell me I'm not wrong, Hermano. Our views would be way up if we were dropping the photos.
But see, the old YouTube wasn't like that. Everybody had their own content. They would just shoot their own shit. But now it's all about backbiting and chisme and drama. It's like, what? Like, I don't even want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. Like,
that's why I only watch 2, 3, 4 channels.
Yeah.
And, that's me. And that's it.
Yeah.
And
Same here. But like,
it is what it is.
it's just sad that YouTube's turned into drama and cheese. It's like, come on now, do your content. Trust me, their views will drop. They already know that. But do your
But what
own
do you think
shit.
about the
Like,
people that are doing it, Denise? Like, they're getting paid. What do you think about that? Like, do
yeah.
you think
Yeah,
that's lame, or do you think, man, they're gonna get paid?
Like I said, YouTube was all about their like certain people like their content was cool.
Yeah.
They I guess they couldn't get paid to do that because they weren't that good. Now they're just like I said, it's all about cheese man. They're getting views because people love drama. They love that shit.
Well, clearly they do. Look at the view counts on all those videos. We can deny it until we're blue in the face, but the views speak for
Yeah, I'm
itself.
not denying it. I'm just saying how it changed. I'm just saying
Yeah.
how it changed,
Brother Jim, what's up there? Denise,
Their other
Hey.
house.
what's up, C Dog? How you doing, carnal?
Hey, I'm doing fine, blessed, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, brother, man. I'm good, man. Hey, yeah, hey, you're right, Denise. I mean, I watch certain different channels now, man, because it's a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of dumb stuff going on,
Yeah.
Well, there's only a few channels. I've been watching some other stuff, man. I'm like, man,
Yeah. Same
I
here.
see the change. You see the
I don't
change.
even comment on those other
Yeah.
guys' channels. Like for
I
what?
don't. Yeah, that's what I don't do. Is I'd rather just move on and do something else.
Yeah.
Because
I'm still friends with, like I said, Dubs, Gunner, drinking, like all them that don't. I still mess with them because they're true homies. That I've met and
But
You know,
met through the internet, right? Or in person?
the
You met
thing
through
is,
the internet or in person?
well, I met Big D, Sonny, Paul, who else? Cholo Trucker. I met all of them
In person, yeah.
in person, yeah. And
the key thing is knowing where you want, what lane you want to be in, what you want to see, what you want to watch.
yeah.
What brings joy to your heart. You know what I'm saying? And what does, and that's where it comes down to. I met like Estevato, Cholo Trucker, Big D, his wife.
Yeah.
Who else? Drunken Chef, and other people. But to me, I don't get involved in other people's business. If they have quarrel between them, I let it be because it's not my business. But am I going to hate the person that I'm talking to? No, child. I don't play that game, because
Yeah.
I hear I'm not speaking about. I'm not saying no names, but other people that talk to me, man, and wow, because they have things with each other. But you know what? I'm not nobody's ever disrespected me in that way. So I'm not gonna hate on them. I'd be wrong to be hating on somebody that's never done nothing wrong to me,
Yeah.
And I see these people and I'm like, wow, but in real life, we gotta help each other out, and that's gone away, as you can see.
Yeah.
We gotta support one another, and that's being real right there, because right now
See the
all
chat.
this mud that's going around, all this other stuff, people just like doing that just to get views. You know what
And
I'm
you know
saying?
what? I'm not like I'll ignore the trolls. I see their comment, but I'll ignore them. Like I ain't giving you that time of my day. Like this is
You know
not
what it
this is
is?
not the place.
Hey, but some people what they're trying to shoot as they're trying to go viral, bro. They're trying to be like the first one, like, oh yeah, I'm the first one that you know what I mean. Put this out there and because if you go viral, bro, trust me, if you hit a viral video, you're gonna get paid about 50 racks. You know what I mean? You're gonna make you got to get millions of views and you get paid, homie. But you know what I mean? You got to have some good stuff, Trust me.
Yeah. And Cheeseman sells. It's like that's what it is right now, and it's back and forth, It's like enough already. Like
Hey,
talk about
that's
something
right.
else.
if it doesn't have chisme or anything like that, a lot of people don't watch it. They like to see all the what's going on. This and
yeah,
that.
That's what I was going to say right now. And I agree. It does suck. It sucks, man, because I could talk to someone whose life story will blow your mind. And it has blown my mind. And then I'll go to put the story out there, and I know if it could reach the audience it should, it could help a lot of people. But people do choose to watch the things that are more achievement. You know what I mean?
It gets me heated, it gets me mad. And
yeah, it gets me heated too, like, because there's more important stuff out there. But if that's what people are choosing to watch, there's a reason for it. People are invested in whatever storyline is being thrown out there.
But you know what? At the same time, that should let us know that look at and what type of times we're in right now. The times, like gente, the way everything's right, like, or what do you think?
This world's gone mad right now, man. I'm really the news and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And all this COVID now, war and all this other stuff. But you know what? You got to keep pushing, bro, and just support one another, And
yeah, you think so.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But I mean, the truth is, I'm just going to say it, like, there's a handful of people that are truly going to support you.
See what Chrissy wants this?
On the screen and behind your back.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what is crazy? Because you're on the screen, you guys be like, oh yeah, we're feeding, and then behind some, oh, F this about the woo, like, man, I can't be around them. Put it like this, if you're gonna talk behind my back, I don't even want to kick it with you, man. Spencer, gracias, I'm good. I'd rather hang out by myself, carnal.
Right?
Serious.
The one story where, my first wife, when I seen her platicar with this one girl, and then she hangs up and she gets on the phone and starts talking to this other girl and talking about her. I'm like, man, that made me sick.
Right? Where did this come from?
Be true to yourself, I told her, man. I told her, you better stop that, because to me, that's no good, man. When you're playing both of them and talking, that's not good. That's not being solid, that's not being true.
Yeah, it just shows what kind of person, your ex-wife was. But
no, I agree. I ain't gonna say that, but you know what? I forgave her, and I says I have no quarrels with you no more. Bam, and keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? We have kids and that's it. But
did you stay with her, or you guys broke up, or you guys still kicked it, or what?
We got a divorce, brother. 16 years, and then we got a divorce.
Oh wow, okay.
But you know what? The thing is this is a song. Remember the song "Smiling Faces"? Because
I know, smiling faces. Yeah. They tell no lies. Yeah, I know, man, homie. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. I could read people, homie. I'm not dumb. I could see through people, homie. Straight up. I don't know, but trust me, I could see through a motherfucker, homie.
It's because you're older. I'll tell you what it is, dog. Because I'm the same way. I could see through a person, and I already know how they are. It's because we're older, and we've been through so many people, so many different people's lives. That it's like, and it's true. God kept us. He kept us away from those type of people. And you can look back and say, oh yeah, I remember the way that person used to be, and blah blah blah. But
well, it's that, like you said, it's that. Some of us also have the gift of discernment.
That just straight.
That's one more layer to what you're about to go into, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, anybody that's done any amount of time is an expert in seeing through another person's bullshit.
Yeah.
By talking,
like I always say, I'm from the streets. I know, and I've never. Well, I've been busted, but not that long.
The streets, the streets, yeah.
But you know what type of person that not right. I give it like 10 minutes, and then I'm like,
you can see it. You read it, and by their words, their choice of words, and how they respond to people, and this, and like, man, it's crazy, man. And that's why sometimes I say, what, I'm not going to be of that. I'm not going to be that way and get into the mix. I'll just stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And those type of people end up like this.
You know what Sonny's doing right now? like Denise was saying earlier, he feels he has a valid reason, and like me and him talk a lot, when we chop it up, man. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Mhm.
We always check in with each other, man, and I love Sonny Boy, man. Sonny Boy has a lot of respect for me, man.
He would have
Right.
came on tonight, Jen, but
Yeah,
he's doing
Sunny
homework.
is, like I said, Sunny is the real deal. Like, he's
Yeah, I know.
always been on point to the fullest. That's who out of all the people that were mentioned, Sunny's cool people. He's always been honest up front. I have learned from Sunny. I will say
You
that.
know
I have
what?
learned some things from him.
Well, what he's doing is like what he's saying is real, because if the dude actually gonna be trying to be the spokesman for the raza, well, we want to know who the hell is the person that's gonna represent us, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
yeah.
not raza. I'm Mexican, right? Pero you know what I mean, right? Like we want
Yeah,
to see.
yeah. And I don't even know that guy. Like, I don't, and no disrespect that guy. I don't even know him like that. I have held back. I used to get messages, you guys,
Well,
harassing me about supporting the group of people I chose and was honored to work with,
Yeah.
right.
rather than not supporting and working with a different group of people.
Yeah.
Harass.
You're always
Oh
gonna
wow,
have
yeah, that's crazy.
Okay?
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna have the haters, man. But
And
you know what?
As a female, I didn't need to bring that up because I can stand on my own feet and I
right.
can handle it myself. I didn't need to go crying or tattling to someone. Oh, look what they're doing. Please.
Yeah.
I work with who I choose to and who I feel like is a real person, the real deal. If I
Yeah,
feel
Right.
gotcha. Yep.
then,
Thank you.
and if I don't know
That's
you're phony at first, I'll eventually figure it out.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes I answer the trolls and sometimes I don't. But today,
Yeah.
like, one pissed me off, and I was like,
Yeah.
The
ask
trolls
about
come
that person.
at me.
It's not here.
The trolls come at me at my Instagram, right?
Mhm.
And they
Yeah,
hit me up.
that's
And
what
I
I'm
said,
doing.
I just said, click, get rid of him. He'll come back in. Click. I mean, I don't need that because to me, I don't need that stuff. I don't feed into it. You know what I'm saying? And do it. And it's sad, but
Yeah.
that's where they want to be.
I mean, so I'm kind of just like, I look at other stuff on YouTube. I don't even give other like them time of day right now because it's just too much. And I don't like sitting there watching novelas. Like,
And that's what it is.
I
Yeah.
That's
don't,
what it is. Like,
I've
let's
been
just
watching.
get it
I don't
all.
watch novelas. I have I have better time. I have things to do, with my time.
Yeah.
And I
You
don't
know
I've
what?
sit
been
there.
I think, I'm sorry. I'll go ahead. Let me.
I've been watching some food channels and I've been cooking, man. I've been like today I made some tacos for my grandkids and stuff and threw some quesadillas and stuff on the grill, because it gives me something to watch, something good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But right here, Cheek says, hey, sometimes them trolls be doing the most. You don't want to snap, but sometimes what they say, it's like, oh my, why for the negative energy? Yeah, take that somewhere else. It's true. And that's where, like, Denise, I know you hit on this, and Cheeks, I know what you're saying too. I think we can all agree. They're seeing where they can get you to go. You know what I mean? How far they can push you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, before you snap or you slip up and say, oh, I don't F with this person, or you know what I mean? Like, we
Yeah.
have to be wise in how we, what's that, Cheeks? And how we respond and how we, carry
It's like
ourselves.
this, Jen. It's like this.
And I'm telling you that Sonny pretty much waited 2 years. He waited a couple years to come out to this freaking dude, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Not one bit. I don't, because back then he didn't say nothing, and I was like, Sonny, and I was talking to him on the phone, like, dude,
Mhm.
say something to this dude.
Right.
I mean, you're looking like shit right now on live TV, sitting at that table, letting him dog you.
You know how I saw it, Denise? And I get what you're saying. But I used to watch it back then. I never watched that show, just respectfully, after Sunny left.
Right.
I never watched it after that.
Well, that guy, he got me in a mix with Sonny, and I was like, nah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm Sonny's friend before you.
Oh yeah, I didn't have any contact with him ever. But when I used to watch it, I would be like, I watched it because Sonny's a funny guy, you know what I mean? And he's entertaining, and
Yeah.
but
He
I
was always
didn't like the way he was being spoken to.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't know him
Like,
personally
dude.
yet. I didn't know him on a personal level. I had not yet spoken to him or worked with him
Me neither.
yet.
Well, I was barely
You know?
talking to him, like I said.
So when I was starting to see that, I was like, damn, I don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a way to speak to
Out
someone.
by the choice of words, how he's treating,
Yeah.
you know,
So
how
it
he's
started to like
talking and-
Yeah, he
turn
was
me
treating.
off from it. Like, I don't know about all that, you know.
So now he's speaking out, and I'm like, yeah, get it off your chest, and you know what? Don't get yourself all worked up, but
Yeah.
go, you know, do what you got to do, and if that's gonna help yourself, like yourself,
hmm
then cool. But don't get
Yeah.
all worked up over it, because I don't want you getting a heart attack and shit, you know.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah.
But yeah, it
Prayers.
gets me some type of way, like.
Yeah, relax, Denise. Relax, Denise. I seen you. Like,
Right?
Yeah, Denise gets worked up more than us. Like, yeah, you sometimes.
Because
Yeah, you gotta
he's a
relax.
personal friend of mine, and
Yeah.
I understand it because I've been on YouTube. I've been following them
No,
for
yeah.
like 5 years.
Now
No,
you
I
know
was
who's
day-
who. You know what's up. Yeah, you know what. You know what I
I was
mean.
a
You know
day
who's
wonder
who.
with you, see, dog. I'm not gonna let nobody talk shit like that. Like,
Like
Nah,
I
yeah,
said,
get out
because
here.
you know what, you know damn good and well if we were around, I wouldn't let nobody talk shit to you either. You know what I mean? And so I understand. You know what I mean? I feel the same way. You know, if I'm with you and you're you know my family and I consider you my friend, trust me, ain't nothing gonna happen to you if you're with me. You know what I'm saying?
like, yeah, and like I said, as far as Sunny, that's the only person I can speak as to from the group of people that was mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, I back him. You know, he's been good to me. He's been solid. He's always been straight up.
Yeah.
You know, Sea Dog, you know, people probably don't even know this, and because Sea Dog, you're so humble, but I had reached out to you, you know, when I was going to be traveling down your way, you know, where you used to live or whatever, people you maybe used to know, and I wanted to know some stuff, and I can see like you were looking out, you know, and I appreciate that, and it didn't end up working out, but you know, I appreciate you looking out.
Nah,
So
yeah, you already know. Yep.
yeah.
That's what you should be doing. You
So
should
now
be
Right.
doing.
So not everybody's like that. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, it didn't work in my favor that time, but maybe another time, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know who it is.
you got some people that, like you say, you know, you got people that you may think and they got some other, they got a messed up mind, and you know,
Yeah.
they I don't know, they you know, it's like people, you know, some people when you talk to them, they get a different impression or something, you know, like you can't be good to people because they might think otherwise, you know, like I don't know, some people are
Yeah.
crazy, you know.
yeah.
I
You
know.
know?
That's why I'm like, I'm married. Hello, like
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like I don't, you know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. You got
Yeah.
a life, you got, you know, you cool, yeah, exactly.
Right?
You know what I mean? Exactly. You caught on real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know, like whatever. But yeah, that's my take on all this drama, whatever. But I was like I said, I was gonna tap into Mikey, but he was already jumping off, and I was like, oh well, I'll just bring it up, you know,
Yeah.
here, and I got Sonny's back 1000%.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be good. You know, Sonny's gonna
As
be
long as he's okay.
Handle some business, man. He stands on his 10 toes, man. He stands firm.
Yeah.
You know.
I had to call him and say, hey, calm down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
you're getting me worked up.
Yeah. See, I don't know all the everything because I don't catch like all of it, but the few items or pieces of, you know, I have caught, I've been like, damn,
Yeah.
this is like something, it's going deep, but
Yeah.
like I said, I'm just glad that you know, I've been able to be blessed to meet all of you, you know, and Sunny and Chola Trucker, Paul, Big Joe. Like I feel blessed to, you know, have the subscribers we have right here, and
We haven't
ones that are-
seen Paul in a minute though, huh?
Hmm?
Haven't seen Paul in a minute, huh?
No, you know what though,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys check out his channel because I could be mistaken. So don't like, you know, fact check me or whatever. I
Mhm.
think he might have changed the name of the channel for a while. He didn't tell me this personally. I just saw some content and it was under a different name, but it was his voice. But it was recently I saw under the LA Times, it's Paul, and he's interviewing another good brother from down that way, and I have him on my Instagram. I'm drawing a blank right now, but it's back under LA Times. So make sure you check that interview out. It was another interview about a former lifer or someone that was ready to be a lifer.
How much higher? Yeah, I don't want to, man. I don't want to make it look. Wow.
I can't read none of the chat, so sorry for that, you guys. Hello to everybody.
Yeah, same.
Right now. Yeah, Cheeks. Yes, looks like it's gonna give it a try. I've made. Oh, okay. She's talking about a recipe right now. Tilapia. Okay, Brenda, did you cook something yummy? I made fish too, so that sounds.
Brenda made a good breakfast. Hey, you guys. So did you hear about the change the subject? Did you hear about that alien crash in Las Vegas?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, look it up. There's a guy, a 911 call that he's like,
¿Serio?
It landed in my backyard and
like that?
Foot. Serious. There's a
you know what I kind of, you know, right now there's a YouTuber, Mr. Criminal, I guess the rapper, and he's got a YouTube channel, him and his wife, I guess, and I was looking at them a little while ago, and I guess they were talking about that right now, about the alien and all that, I guess, yeah.
The 911 guy was like, I'm not playing, I swear to God, like, I'm not even making this up.
Wow.
He goes, they're like 10 feet tall. He's looking right at me, and
what kind of drug is he doing?
They know. They even went to the house, and the cop on his body cam sees an object go down.
Hey, the times, homie, the times are coming, right? The times, man, we're looking at the times we're at.
Right.
You know, all kinds of things gonna happen.
Brenda wants to know where's Cooper.
Oh, Cooper's outside with his buddy Cowboy, chilling.
Does he live outside now?
He's not in the house no more.
Yeah, he's not in the house no more. He's outside. He even runs around in the neighborhood and does. I mean, he does his thing. Yeah.
Cooper taking over.
You know what? That's crazy though about the like the alien sighting or whatever. Yeah. I've been, we were talking earlier about what we've been watching on YouTube. Honestly, I've been watching mostly like Christian content, stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
And a lot of the content that I'm catching on there is going back into like different biblical text and things. And what were it starts with an N, but there was like some giants back in the biblical like text days. And they're talking about
the book of Enoch.
Okay, so they're called Nephilim or something like that, right?
That's in Genesis, yeah.
So there's a lot of like the religious channels or whatever that are talking about those, and supposedly that's where like I said, I'm not like read up on everything. So where supposedly angels had co-created with house giants or
they that's when the angels, the fallen angels, had relationships with the women down here, and giants came out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Jojo, Denise
I never got finished with the book of Enoch, but that's what it started talking about, and that's the book that's left out of the Bible.
Yeah, that was taken out. I've said that before, like, so that was taken out, and then somebody I know from church was like, that was never supposed to be in the Bible. It was a separate book. So I don't know the whole. I'm like not up for the argument.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is like
about that.
It is.
I know about them, but
yeah, that's funny because my son has a friend that has a baby that's like 2 months older than my youngest grandson. So, and they named him Enoch. I was like, what a trip! Like
I used to know a giant. He would go, I was like in 7th grade, and he would go to the Boys and Girls Club where I went to, and he was. I tell you what, he wore a 14 shoe.
Oh wow!
I was like, damn. His name was Leo. His name was Leo.
I knew that.
Was and he had that face like Geronimo. Is that the? he had a face like that was big, like
Yeah.
tripped out. Like I put my hand and his hand was like this much bigger, like huge. I'm like, dude, you're the tallest person I've ever met. Like, yeah.
How do you say it, Jojo? Nephilim?
Nephilim, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jojo's here?
Yeah. I knew he would know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yep, Jojo knows his stuff.
He does. Yes, he does. That was cool to find out how much he knew about like scripture.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so who knows when they're gonna start telling us, the real deal about that.
Hey, now you know what? Let me tell you something. The other day, you guys didn't see about the volcano over there in Mexico, the one that where the ships are going inside, the alien things were going in there.
Oh, like a black hole or something?
Yeah.
No. It was actually the volcano. It was on fire. It was doing this thing, and these fools are going in there like. Like
I did hear something about that.
Photoshop or something. I never.
Over there, it was over there. No, it was in Mexico. Nah, that shit was real. I was like, damn. I mean, like you could, like, yeah, it's
So
crazy.
they fell in or what? Like,
yeah, they were going like they were going down. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't like. Basically, what I'm thinking is like when they go inside the volcano, right? They're probably going through another dimension or something. Like, why would they go in there? Like where they going, right? They're going somewhere.
Hey guys, my battery's dying. I just want to tap in for a little bit. God bless you guys. Have a peace and talk to you guys later.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Buenas noches. God bless you, carnal.
You too.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out too. Buenas noches, gracias. I appreciate you letting me in on your panel and letting me talk to you guys, hermanas. Gracias. Pasen buenas noches.
Good night.
Good to see you.
Gracias.
Yep.
There was also a YouTuber that was like, this was sometime last year. They were driving up to like Reno or something, somewhere in the mountains. And he had filmed it. It was like on the mountaintop up there. And he was saying, look, you guys see that? And he was zoomed in and he's like, there's a giant up there.
Wow.
And he like zoomed in on it and his camera stayed on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was so weird is like some days later or weeks later, if anyone in the comments remembers this, correct me. He did a video where he's like standing against a wall in his house. And I'm not kidding you. Like he's looking off to the side, like he's looking at someone to tell him what to say. And he was kind of like going back on what he saw, like retracting it a little. I don't know, like I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't want to speak on everything he said, but it was like basically kind of backtracking. Then they find this guy unalived himself or was dead like weeks later. What? Yes. And the video disappeared off the internet.
Well, that's kind of a trip because these people that called in the 911 call, they were scared. He was scared. Okay, you could tell. And the lady was like, "Okay, so somebody's in the backyard." He was like, "No, it's not." He goes, "They look like aliens." He's like, "They're 10 feet tall." Watch, look it up.
He said that.
Yeah, and then like this happened last Thursday, I believe. And so recently he's like, okay, well, two sheriff guys went back to their house. Lieutenants went back to their house and we're trying to, they were talking to them. He said, and then like they would see a black car with tinted windows, like just pass by their house, The news guy said, we had interviews with them. We had interviews with this family, but we got no response. No, they didn't answer the door. They didn't answer their phones. He goes, so we don't have an interview now with them, but this was some true stuff. Like it
crazy.
Even the cops body cam, like seeing the light, seeing the flashing thing go by. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It shows it. It shows, and you could look before they take it off.
That's wild. That's crazy. Look at. Hope you don't mind me reading your comment, American Top Gunner. I dated a woman 6'3", biggest chick I ever dated. That's tall.
I mean, that's tall. It's not like she's 10 foot though.
No, but that's pretty tall for a female. That's I've known like I think 6 foot. I've known like that's the biggest or tallest, I should say.
Yeah, I've never met a tall girl.
What, Ruby? What's up?
Yeah, you guys look it up before they take it off the news already.
Ask Sissy. I'll be in there in a minute. Yeah, these kids.
She on vacation already?
Yes. Friday was the last day of school, so
How long they get?
like 6 weeks.
What?
Yes.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Damn, I only get a week down here.
Now they're on summer break. Well, she's the only one. My older daughter, well, middle daughter that graduated, she's done with high school. So
yeah.
Yeah. So
talking about the kids, I had thought of this, like, okay, we teach them how to grow, right?
Yeah.
And some parents are successful, and some parents, like sometimes it's just in their blood. I have a nephew that my sister adopted, and he never was around the father or the mother, and that kid turned out like a crazy kid.
Yeah.
But my sister tried to teach him, and stuff. And so my point was this: like you teach your kids as they get older. You're teaching them the good, the good, the good, the good. Mm-hmm. As adults, they already know what's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they already know what's good. Like when they want to do something and they come to you, it's like, okay, cut the cord already. Like, let them,
Yeah.
As long as you respect my home because you still live in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I ask for. And they know what respect is already, so they don't have to be taught. The only thing I had to teach my girls was to watch their backs, to always remember that there are evil people out there, that don't give a crap.
Yeah.
They'll take your stuff, but don't leave your purse on the top of the car. Don't hold it, on your arm. Just put your stuff in the car before you get in it, and whatever, but I had to teach them that stuff, like as adults, but
right.
But, you got to let them do what you taught them to do, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's so many kids graduating. There's so many kids, and props to them, man. Hats off to your daughter. Hats off to my daughters. They all 3 graduated, to nephews, nieces that I have. Everybody out there, your children, whatnot. But it's time to let them, and it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. But if you have to keep telling your kids as adults what to do and how to be and how to act, then you didn't raise them right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you didn't. And that's just facts. If you raise your kids right and you do, what you need to do for them, they're going to make the right choices as adults. Trust me.
And you feel like you're very, I mean, I know you personally, so you're very confident. Like you feel that way with your own kids, right? Like they're going to make it. Yeah.
1,000. And I don't mean to brag, but hey, I'm going to brag because I have that right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and my husband have that right to be proud parents.
Yeah, of course.
You too. Like you too. You have your, your kids and your family, and you're allowed to brag about how they are as adults. And shit, I'm telling you, I love the way my girl's life turned out.
Yeah.
They're gonna run into some problems. Yeah.
That's just life, right? Don't you think, sis? That's part of life. Like,
yeah,
we're all going through
life. But stick to being a good person. Stick to being them. You stick to being the way you guys were raised. Values, morals, respect. Keep that with you, and you're gonna go places.
Right. I agree.
And I'm telling everybody out there, same thing is like, keep those values, and you're gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, my girls run into people at work that are like hard people to work with, but I'm just like, brush it off. Yeah. It'll come back to them. Watch.
And it does. It does.
It really does.
Even if you're not wishing that
No, not at all. But I'm saying what you put out there is what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Look, I got to ask you this because it's so funny.
Mhm.
Jojo says, Denise, an alien approaches you. What's your first move?
Run, head out.
Right.
I mean,
Jacob
shoot.
says, cell phone, take pictures. Brenda says, yo, I would tickle I would tickle him with my toes.
Yeah, I mean, for reals, I'm not fast at taking out my phone, and like by the time I take out my phone and like it's over, the action's gone. But
yeah, I know. I would hope that I would take a picture, but I doubt it. I would
after that call though, it's like whoa, like you think that guy was on drugs at first, but they went to their house.
I would probably start praying over him immediately and probably freak the alien out. He'd be like, "Oh, this girl is on some church stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Jojo says, "I don't." Oh wait, this is something else. I don't agree with that completely, Denise, because I've seen people raised right but turned out bad.
I mean, for the most part, they're from what I saw, and not just my kids, but
yeah,
the other kids that I saw, they grow up to be successful kids and adults, and yeah, we have things happen. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time, make the wrong move. Like, of course, that happens.
Right. And Edgar right here, he's like, I don't have kids, but everyone says parenting is the hardest job. Shout out to all the fathers, mothers out there. Thank you.
Yeah, and it is. And you know what I used to say? I used to say kids don't come with instructions, but I'm wrong. I'm way wrong. The Bible tells us how to raise our kids.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
You know, and I take that back. For many years, I've said, kids don't come with instructions. Mm-hmm. How do we know how to raise kids? Like, we don't.
Yeah.
But I'm wrong. I was dead wrong. And I said, raise my kids in the ways of the Lord. And you know what? They will prosper. And they have.
That's a good point, sis. Yeah. Cheek says, I have 3 kids. My oldest is about to be 15. And it's not easy, but it's the best thing in the world. And Denise, I agree. The parents have a lot to do in these kids' life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree too. And it's true. Like, I mean, not saying that I was my parents' like dream child. Obviously, you know, there's things that happened in my life. I was a teen mom. Yes, there was things leading up to that, which having my son ended up being one of my biggest blessings. But, you know, look at me and my brother, same parents, you know.
Yeah.
Same experiences, you know, almost. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's in prison. It can happen. It does happen. And many things. Like,
there you go. You know, it does happen. And you guys had the same parents growing up, same issues, you know. Of course, he's a boy or a girl, but
yeah.
You know,
right.
I was a baby of 8, and trust me, it was not easy, like being the last one, you know.
It was hard, huh?
Yeah.
I'm the oldest in my, you know, well, I only knew of one sibling, but I had step siblings back in the day. We just don't communicate now. So I only knew what it was like to be the oldest, and then my mom had like some foster kids. So, but I think to be the youngest, it would be stressful, right? Like you're kinda...
The first 4, they were old enough to spoil me, to, you know, have me with them and take care of me and whatnot. And like my other 2 sisters are just a year older than me, so we're like a year apart. The last 3, and of course we're always at each other, you know. We're always fighting and stuff like that. But it was sibling stuff, and my mom would make us hug each other on the couch.
Really?
Get over there and hug each other. You guys want to fight? Now go sit over there and hug each other, and I'll tell you when to get up. And my mom was like that, you know. It's just like my mom was a good mom, single mom at that.
Yeah, God bless her. Yeah. Jay the Beast, he says, you ladies have a great time and enjoy. I'm going to lay down and work at 3 a.m. Okay. Thank you for tapping in. God bless you. Get some rest and have a blessed day.
Have a good weekend.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, shout out to your mom. That would be difficult. I mean, 8 kids.
And we would end up like, tickle each other, or just like end up having like, okay, we're good. And she would see that. And I know from right now, I never asked her, but I know that when she saw that, get up, you guys go play, And that's what we would do. And it was like a trip, because she would, I kind of figured now that's what she used to do. Like, she would wait till we would start, poking, giggling, and then she would tell us, get up and go, But it took a while. We were mad, we were mad because we were fighting for some reason, but.
So she didn't want you guys to like start getting into it. Like, she would catch on and be like, okay, get up, do something, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Like, not now, but that's what I figured. But I'm going to ask her, did you used to do that? Because that's kind of when we would sit there for at least 10, 15 minutes. And then once we started like giggling and poking each other and laughing, she would tell us, get up and go, So I think that taught us how to, forgive each other as siblings and as a person too. Like, you don't, I don't stay angry that long anymore with nobody. Like, I just don't,
Yeah.
And it takes me a while to either come off or sit back and go like, what the hell? Like, I mean, is that really happening right now?
Right.
But other than that, we learn, I'm just telling people out there, like, it's the way you raise your kids. And I'm not going to say, oh, my girls ain't going to do anything wrong or be at the wrong place at the wrong time or whatever, because stuff happens, and it does, But I'm glad I have the openness with my family, my girls, my nephews, my nieces. They know that they can come to me and tell me anything they want, share and stuff, and I'll tell them and be with them and talk to them, and that's what I'm good for.
You're good for a lot of things, but that's one of the many things you're good for. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I take it too much to heart. Like, man, I want to fix their problem, but I realize that I can't.
Yeah, that's too much.
Fix anybody's problem.
Right? Look at our boyfriend here. I have 4 kids. Quality time is a huge part. Yes, I definitely agree.
Yeah, we had dinner with our kids until they were old enough to be like, okay, Mom,
Jojo for reals? Jojo says he is the baby of 12.
Whoa. Damn, Jojo. That's right. Like House is like the baby of 12 too.
My grandfather was the baby of 16.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a lot of kids, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's crazy. But I always thought, like, I don't know, when I was a kid, thank you, Cheeks. My neighbors, tell me if you guys can hear them. They're out there.
Closer?
Do you hear them?
Yeah.
They're out there fighting right now.
Don't go by the window.
Sounds my window's right here in my office. Sounds like she's trying to run him over. They always do. Like,
oh yeah, you can hear them loud.
Yeah. If I hear them shooting, you guys, if I
jump you hit the floor, girl. Shoot.
You'll know what's up. Right?
Crazy, yeah. That's crazy. So
it is crazy. Thank you, Cheeks. Hit the thumbs up, guys.
How many we got in here?
Sorry. 22.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound like they're right by your window.
They're always like, they stay gone all day and they go to like the American Legion and then they come home just hammered. I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching, but you know it's true. You know, hey, Ruben, good to see you. I know it's been a long time. How are you?
What did Mikey end up saying? Is he like?
You know what? He really didn't say much, but I'm sure he was listening, and then he was just like, respecting that's what's cool about Mikey is like
Yeah.
he can listen to everyone's opinion, have his own opinion, and we can still chop it up and go on about our conversation.
Yeah.
You know, you're the same way. I'm the same
Yeah.
way. That's what
I see Mikey.
yeah. Like we don't have to agree on every detail or on every person. We're going to have different interactions with different people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's
As
what
long as you're not like
the world around, you know?
Yeah, as long as you're not going to this channel talking shit, going to that channel
exactly.
like
Well, that's
do
yeah.
that.
If you're over there talking masa somewhere,
Yeah,
it gets back to people.
Yeah,
you know?
You're gonna get caught doing that. Like I don't care if you're a troll making up. I mean, trolls don't get caught because they make up names. But
yeah. But you know what's crazy is even, and I don't even care. I mean, I guess that's a whole job or career, whatever they do.
Yeah.
But I don't even care enough to look into that or like try to be like, who is that person?
Right. Yeah, it's always.
But, I mean, it is what it is. I think you'll drive yourself crazy if you do.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm a mod on certain channels, I'm looking for them, you know, and that's what I got to do.
Yeah.
You know, that person trusts me with their channel to make me a mod.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm not going to sit there, though, like, on your channel and do that all day long. Like, that's not cool. So I'll tap out, or I'll be like, man, if they have like 200, 300 people on there and everybody's pretty much talking crap, can't get every one of them.
No, you can't. And you know what? That's a good segue for me to say, which obviously you're one of them, but shout out to all of my mods. You guys are very much appreciated. Thankfully, we don't get a whole lot of that here. And I think, you know, part of that could be due to the numbers, but I think the bigger part of it is we create an environment, or we try to, for the most part, that's pretty positive.
Right.
You know, we can speak about differences, but we don't make it like a
thing.
You know, a big old.
We don't make it headlines.
Asking people, you know. Yeah. That doesn't. For me, those kind of things don't make me feel good at night to like bash on people and then go lay down and that stays with me, you know?
Yeah.
Even when somebody is like if let's say somebody is a total jerk or jackass, even if that person was that or is that and people are bashing on them, I don't like the feeling of kicking someone when they're down, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. It's like, well, because we're not like that. We're more like pick them up, you know, help them out. It's like,
and I mean, of course, it's going to be like, of course, I'm not saying like I'm going to go run to, you know, rescue someone that has done me dirty. I'm just going to avoid them pretty much. I don't wish them bad or ill will, but I also like, I'm not going to jump on the whole boat of trying to sink their ship, you know?
Right.
What do you guys think about parents having a favorite kid? I don't, for my, you know what, that's funny. My girls have tried to get me so many times, Mom, who's your favorite? I promise I do not have a favorite. I don't understand. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. It might in other families. I cannot separate my love for my kids. I can't.
No. And one thing that I learned having my 3 girls, way back when they were little, the last one was probably about 7. The last one was probably about 7. So one thing I told my husband, because I noticed that my husband would treat them pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
You know, he would scold them the same or tell them this the same. I'm like, dude, so I had to sit them down. I'm like, they're not the same. Yeah. You got to treat them all different. They're all different.
Yeah.
You know, they're not the same. So if you treat this one like this, like that's not good. But like love part, no, heck no. The love part, there's no explanation. There's just, you can't, there's no way you could separate them, you know? Yeah. As mothers, as us mothers, like, no, you can't have your favorites, or you can't have like that love, a different love for different ones.
I agree. Cheek says the same thing. I don't either. I really don't. So I
just that you treat them you treat them different because they're different. They're not all the same. You treat them different, and that's where um, you'll find the uniqueness out of each one of them.
yeah.
You know,
Ruben says I'm my parents' favorite. It's great.
I was
And
my grandma's favorite, but being older and getting older, I didn't like it.
you know, that's right. It can be actually a very like daunting thing for the child that's the favorite, right? Because you feel like, damn, my siblings are all looking at me like,
I mean, of
you
course, when we're little,
know,
we love it because we don't understand it. But when you get bigger and you notice it, it's like, damn, that's messed up.
ooh, okay. So here's our rebuttal question. Jojo says next. So then, do you believe kids shouldn't have a favorite parent? I don't know that I feel they shouldn't. I feel like this is like the evolution of me being a mom. I probably felt differently when my older kids were younger and automatically would have been like, oh, well, I should be. I'm the one that does, you know, majority of. I don't necessarily have those feelings anymore only because since my daughters lost their dad since his passing, I feel like, and there is times where it's a lot of like, for example, my daughter that just graduated high school, there was a lot of memories she shared for her graduation about her dad, you know, photos of her and her dad. And I had someone say, well, that doesn't hurt your feelings like that. And I was like, no, like she has me here now.
Yeah.
If that makes her feel good to share those memories, I'm just grateful she had the father that she had.
Yeah.
He and I might not have, you know, been able to stay married, but I can tell you this, he was a good father to my girls.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
they
right.
are blessed for that.
And that's cool because they separated, you know, different things that you've done and that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that they love that one more than you, you know, it's not that they love him more than you, but they've had their memories with him and they've had their memories with you. Mm-hmm. And being a mom, for me, I could say, you know, I didn't look at it. I didn't never look at it like, oh, I do this, I do that. I, you know, cook, I clean, I do this, that, and this.
Yeah.
For them, that's just part of a mom. You know, that's part of being a mom. And their dad, you know, being that he's in their life, he's done his dad role. You know, and there's not much that he could do with girls, but he did what he could. What he's doing, what he can with them. Okay. You know.
Yeah.
And he continues to do that, and they're all different. They're not the same, and they have totally different views on life. And some things are you know, some things are good, like that we instilled in them. And I trip out on it because sometimes it's like, no, I tell them, no, you gotta, you know, have heart. They're like, Mom, how long are you gonna have heart for these people? Like, so some things I've learned from them too, you know.
Yeah. That's good. Like I feel like that's definitely a bonus that you have your role and your blessings that you've shown them, and your husband does as well. Like that's going to be a good thing for them going into the future.
Right. And we're going to keep doing it as long as we're living and alive. And, you know, that's all we can do is take care of our girls till we're gone.
That's right. So American Top Gunner here has, this is something. Okay. Had your children come across the SEX books in school libraries? I just found out about that. My youngest has not, thank God. My older, you know, my other kids are graduated, so when there was like, you know how there's like a sex ed class, you'd have to sign a paper, like if it's okay for them to sit in on it or not.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them mentioning, and I'm sure they were too embarrassed to at some point, I don't know, other books. But my youngest is pretty young. Thank God that hasn't come up yet. I have heard about some pretty graphic books in other school districts or states that would horrify me if I ever found out about. And if I ever found out about it, if it's the ones I'm thinking that you're talking about, yeah, I would probably pull my kid out of that school.
Yeah, I don't have girls in school anymore.
Yeah. Brenda says, I think at one point I was very distant, but now that I'm older, I'm closer to my parents and enjoy spending time with them. Oh, I love that, Brenda.
Yeah.
I think that's true for a lot of us. Like, even for myself, so many times now, I think now, like, it's a reality check for me. But my girls are a little older, well, some of them. I feel like sometimes a sense of guilt, like, oh man, I can't believe I talked to my mom like that, or I put her through that, or and it just makes me appreciate her even more. And it's nothing crazy. I never like was crazy towards my mom because she would have knocked me for a good one.
There you go.
Yeah, but I have a new appreciation for her. I think now that my girls are older, and because our kids can hurt our feelings, even our adult kids.
Yeah. Well, my girls have nothing but respect for their grandma, my mom, and my daughters, they call her when they can. Mm-hmm. And if I'm on the phone with her, they walk in and, hi, grandma, and butt in and stuff. And they go see her when they can. And my mom's like, she goes, when I pass, my mom's going to be 80, okay, in October. And she tells me, when I pass away, she's like, I don't want nobody, of course, I don't want nobody crying. She goes, I don't want to be on no life support. She's like, I saw you guys. I saw your kids. I saw their kids. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. And I'm like, you have to see my kids. My kids haven't had kids yet.
Yeah.
But, that's all good. Like, I don't think I'm going to see grandkids in my future.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Your kids ever, not to get too invasive, but they don't ever talk about kids? Or
they do, but they say we ain't having them, and sorry, but we like to live life. And I'm like,
okay, well, hey,
all right.
Yeah. You definitely, I
respect that now.
Right. Like, if you want them to do what makes them happy, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I see it. I see them going places and they do things. And it's like they go here and there, and they go to Magic Mountain, they go to Las Vegas, they go San Diego, they go all over. Like, it's fun to see them enjoy life.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I'm glad like they can enjoy it. Like,
yeah,
that's important.
And I'm over here all worried. Don't go to LA. Don't go here. Don't go there.
Right.
Don't
I bet. Yeah. Jojo says, never knew my parents too well. I feel bad for when I see others disrespect their parents for granted, or take their parents for granted. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Rolo 611. Yo.
And my husband's grandma raised him, and she kind of like raised my kids too. She lived to be 93, and
wow,
it's like she taught them and she showed them. And like he was telling me today, he goes, do you remember like being with the girls when they're little? And I said, yeah, of course, but your grandma had them over here most of the time, during the day, and of course at night they would come and I'd shower them and bathe them and got ready for school. And the next thing, like every day it was like that. She would always have something for them after school, a snack, and they would watch TV over here, kick back in her bed. Like, this is when they were little. And as they got older, she passed away, I think 2 years now it's been, but she shared so much stuff with them. And that in itself was amazing to have.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a whole, 2-3 generations of knowledge she had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's been through depression. She went through a lot of stuff. She was born in 27.
Oh, okay, so that's like, the same as my grandpa was. My grandpa was born in 26, I think.
Oh.
He's passed away, obviously, but he was in the 20s.
Shared a lot of stuff, So
but he's the one that taught me all about like canning food, like vegetables, having the garden. He was always like, yeah, you never know, times are going to get rough. And I used to think that's so crazy. Like, that's never going to happen. And look at, Yep. So American Top Gunner wants to know, is LA bad? I'm assuming you're from maybe a different state or different part of California.
Yeah, where's he from? First.
Yeah, American Top Gunner, where are you from? So we know kind of how to explain it to you. Well, I don't even know personally. I just
It's gotten bad.
Mhm. Hey, Bernie, how are you?
It's gotten bad.
Thank you.
But I don't live in LA, so but what I see, and my family lives over there. A lot of my family lives over there. Um, what I see, what I hear, it's getting bad. Like they have those shoplifters that go in and just like
See, and that's what I keep reading about is stuff like that.
there's carjackings, a lot of
Mhm.
that going on. There's police chases every day.
Yeah.
Um, people are just quick to pull out that thing and do what they want to do with it, and
Yeah.
it's getting there. It's getting to where you like don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there because this happened last night, and um,
Hey, Rich.
yeah, it's getting bad.
Yeah, that's what I've seen about so there's this lady, I know I was gonna bring it up, well, for next week, but we'll talk about it now too. So a lady who is I was gonna say was, but she still is a business owner. So she has like several shops. And is it Tarzana? Is that a city down there?
He lives in Tarzana.
She has a shop in Tarzana, like
Oh,
different
okay.
shops down there, like wigs, hair products, things like that.
Mhm.
And she basically is shutting down all her stores because she's like, I guess the price of these items can go into the thousands of dollars. Like,
Yeah.
and she said she had 4 custom pieces, like for a custom piece for a famous rapper or something like
Yeah.
$8,000, $10,000.
No, yeah.
We had these 4 pieces, and somebody robbed the store, and that was a $25,000 loss. And she'd already been robbed multiple times. It was to the point where the cops already knew her. Like she didn't even really need to meet with them in person, just made the report over the phone.
No.
But she is
Same
now
here.
like, I'm shutting down. I can't do it anymore. It is what it is. And I'm like, damn, that is so messed up because this was her dream. Like she talked about, this was my dream as a young girl, to like help women feel beautiful, and really did a lot for women that had cancer issues, and she did custom pieces. It just felt so awful to hear that.
You sound like something that happened. Something that happened. I think it was last night or Tuesday. They caught these 4 guys. They're mobster dudes, like older men. They were dressed as construction workers, and the camera. There's cameras everywhere, man. You can't. Either you get away with it or you don't, because there's so many cameras nowadays that catch every move. So they're catching these guys. 4 guys are catching them, changing to like construction shirts and stuff, and they go into this place where the stars go to get their pieces, right? Like you said, their
jewelry,
and stuff. But these are custom made, sometimes for that person, and they showed like what was taken, and man, those were $1 million pieces. Like they show Beyonce wearing some stuff.
That's crazy.
What's that other girl's name? Anyways, another
so
singer.
I mean, there's so many that wear those custom.
Yeah, they do that to go on the red carpet. They pieces and stuff. But that place got hit. Yeah, got hit, and they had watches that were millions of dollar watches, and so they catch these guys. They catch them going in there. They cameras on them, and they ended up catching these guys because they decided that they're going to change outside and act like they're construction workers and go into this. But they saw them, they saw their whole faces, and it's like, dude, like what were you thinking?
Right.
So
that's crazy. I mean, it's scary, and it's happening everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So American Top Gunner says, I'm from East Bay, but just moved to San Diego 3 weeks ago. Okay, so yeah,
So
LA.
yeah, LA's worse than San Diego. I'll tell you that right now.
Mhm.
It's not. It's just turning, and people that live there. I mean, my cousins know how to maneuver. They know how to get around. They know what's what. Like
Yeah.
they know the bad area. They know where you don't go. There was a family I think a couple years ago where they went through this neighborhood,
Mhm.
and it was a cul-de-sac. It was a one way. Like there was no way out. You have to turn around and you have to come out. But
Mhm.
where they went, you know, it was all gang infested, and the gang members were out there, um, and they ended up hurting these people because they were at the wrong place. Like they shouldn't have been there, but yet these people were lost. They didn't know where to go or where they were,
Mhm.
and it was sad. It happened that they, you know, I don't even want to talk
Went
about
all
it.
bad. Yeah. Okay.
All bad. Like that's it. It's just yeah. If you know your way around there, you have family. They'll tell you where to go, where not to go. So.
Mhm.
Um, even though where to goes are getting crazy.
Getting hit up. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I know right here, Salinas and this area is a lot smaller, but there's a few areas or streets that we even know, like, even if you're from here, don't go down there, you know?
Right. No, yeah, that's what I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and I hate to tell a story, but that was the story that came out
Right.
um, recently and stuff. But
That's crazy, right?
you know where to go, you know not where to go, and the places that you know where to go, those are the places that, like I said, they're getting, they're getting bad.
Yeah.
So just don't go there. Like I tell my daughter, don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
You're on Rodeo Drive, and that's a nice place
Right.
to go, but
Okay.
they're getting hit. They're getting
It's
like
been years ago, but I've been there with a cousin of mine, just walking around, like, being a
yeah,
tourist, basically. But I wouldn't do that now, not
yeah,
after everything I've seen, especially being a tourist. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, they can spot people out. Like, you're not from there,
yeah.
you know?
That's who they're looking for. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy. You mentioned, like some, hold on one second. Let me answer this real quick. Did you know that the prison guard is going? I saw that, Brenda.
what happened?
She says, Jen, did you know that the prison guard is going to Salinas to sign books? I saw he posted that. I think on Instagram, right? I'm gonna have to see where he's going to sign the books at. That would be funny
Oh
to
yeah.
like pop in there. I've never seen anyone like from YouTube that I know of so far come to Salinas yet. So
Hmm.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just go in there and get a book signed.
I'm going to meet Jilu on Sunday. Jilu.
Yeah, you're going?
Jilu. Jilu. Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
said Jilu. I call him G. I don't call him
Gee, yeah, yeah,
Jilu. But
that's
yeah, we're gonna
true.
go meet him. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, I mean, he's a really, and his whole crew, like Dee Dee, like everybody in that like whole group is such good people and
Yeah.
such kind-hearted. I just can't say enough about them. Like,
Yeah,
definitely,
I can't wait. I can't
yeah,
wait to see them. Last time we
yeah,
missed them, but this time we gotta go see them.
definitely, you
So
got
yeah,
to, right?
we'll meet Jilu, Didi, Lala. There's so many people. Big D's going. Like there's so
Yeah,
many people that are going. That it's. I wish
right.
Brenda could go, but she can't go.
Yeah, that's the one on the 11th, right?
Yeah, this Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I know. I wish I could make it, but you know,
Yeah.
times are
I
tough.
know. And Brenda too. She's like, I'm 4 hours away, girl. Like, dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
We're like an hour, but it's
Oh,
all
okay. It's not too bad then. So American Top Gunner says, I'm gonna link up with Hector since I live in his area now. Yeah, that's right. You're in San Diego.
good.
So definitely do it. It sounds like he's, down for doing meet and greets. So you should. That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, Salinas is only so big, so it's got to be somewhere near that he's going to be at, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Right? Brenda says that would be cool. Wouldn't that be? I know if we could all make it to the same spot, like if we were all able to go to Gilu's meetup.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yep. I
Oh,
met Brenda in person. Yeah, she's
how
cool.
fun. You guys did, huh? I love
Yeah.
you girls.
Yeah.
They're lucky. I know. Rich says, yeah, a lot of these videos, people stealing at stores and even liquor stores, and there is nothing they can really do to them
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
that lady that they interviewed said she's shutting down everything because she can't even get insurance, on her business.
Yeah, they can't afford it, or
Yeah.
a lot of most places, high-end people have insurance, so people are finding out that, and they're like, I'm gonna go
Right.
take this or that, see if I can get away with it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Dang it.
That's cool. See, that's like you guys are so lucky because a lot of you live down south. You're like not too far from each other. I feel like
I
I'm
was
so.
2 hours away from Brenda. I was 2 hours away from
Oh,
her.
really? Too? Okay.
Yeah, so that was the drive, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
That's cool that you guys got to meet though, being
Yeah.
that far. Yeah.
yeah, and then when I met Sonny, Paul,
Right. That was at
Polo,
the taco eating thing, right?
yeah, that taco thing, that was only like 20 minutes away from my house.
Really?
That was cool. And then we met Cholo and his wife like 2 more times, and then Big D. But so yeah, I try to, if they're
Aw.
around here, like hit me up. I'll go.
Right. Definitely got to. Both of my girls were down there in LA last week. Ella
See?
was down there for her their senior trip was to Disneyland.
Oh, nice.
And then my daughter, the older one, she was down there just surprising one of her friends that moved down there. So like they had the same weekend off, and her friend that moved down there didn't know about it, but my daughter hooked it up behind the scenes with the boyfriend, like, oh, make sure she's home. And they were going to surprise her, and it was
Right on.
really cool. Like,
Oh, that is
the
fun.
girls got to drive down and surprise her.
That's fun.
Yeah. You know what I was going to ask you? I mean, I know like we're basically, we're from the same faith, but I told you I was watching a lot of channels, YouTube channels that different genre, you know what I mean? That are like
Yeah.
evangelists or pastors, things like that. So there's this one, I believe he's a pastor, like he went through his schooling for it and everything, but he doesn't look like your typical pastor. Like he's on fire for God. So like he's, it's if you go check him out, you guys, he's not your what you maybe expect. So he's got tattoos. He's like a former drug runner. He was involved in some very dark stuff back in the day. He got saved, came to the Lord, had a radical encounter with Jesus. So you'll have to see it for yourself. But
Oh, nice.
Richard Lorenzo Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes into a lot of stores. It's a trip. That's how I first saw his videos. He'll go into let's say a bookstore that's like a Muslim bookstore or clothing, or he'll go into these new age type stores where they sell crystals and I don't know, tarot cards, things like that.
Okay.
And the cool thing about it though is I respect it because not just because he's a Christian, but because he doesn't go in with a chip on his shoulder. He goes in treating everyone very equal and kind and things like that. And he gives them a chance to talk about why they feel the way they feel or what they're into. And then he does end up telling them, witnessing to them and telling them his experience. But he was talking about his testimony, and I was like, dang. He was saying that he was at some point in his life supposed to be what is it called? I don't even know, some kind of voodoo warlock something. And thank God he had an encounter with Jesus and changed his ways.
Wow.
But he said that when he was into that stuff, he met Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles, at one of the voodoo shops where she was being counseled by some whatever they call the warlock or whatever it is of that place. And he met all of those, and I'm sure when he said all, he didn't mean every single one of the stars or but he's like, you would be shocked how many of them are actually practicing these types of cults or religions or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about Hollywood stars. It's sad.
Yeah.
you know. But if you, if you
Mhm.
give, a lot of these people have gave their souls to the devil, like even like singers from way back,
Mhm.
to be able to sing the way they do. And if you listen to the music, you're like, man, what a gift. Like,
Mhm.
that's some stuff. Like, how do they get these hits after hits and stuff? And
Mhm.
but yeah, they really do sell their soul to the devil, and that's a lot of Hollywood belief. That's like what they're coming up with and stuff, and you just think like, dang, that's crazy, right?
Mhm.
But they want to
I understand.
be up on top and stuff, and they make a pact with somebody. And it
Yeah,
ain't
that's
God.
fun. That's right. Good night, Fernie. Have a good night. Thanks for tapping in. Yeah, what this guy had said too is, and I've heard the same term, like people say they sold their soul, and something that he said made sense. He's like, I realize people say they sold their soul, and they may even believe that, but he's like, technically, you don't even own your own soul. God owns your soul. You can say like, oh yeah, I signed this contract, or I whatever they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Well, then they do those things and those
Yeah,
rituals
but he
and
did.
those readings.
That's what he said. He did say that there's
Yeah.
whatever they do, like a contract or something, and there's things you have to do to break that and get out of it.
Well,
So
I mean, our God's a forgiving God, but when you mess with the devil and you sell your soul or you sign
yeah,
contracts and you do those evil things, deeds, and
don't do it. Yeah.
it's a ritual. They do rituals and that sticks with them, and
Yeah, and it can stick with, not to freak anyone out, but yeah, it can stick with your family lineage for generations. Like, so be
I
very
mean, is Jojo still on here? He
I
could
think
tell you too. Like
everybody on here.
there's spirits. There's clinging spirits. If you're in the wrong place and you're just thinking,
Yeah, even American Top Gunner, he's said some things on here. I'm like, okay, he knows a lot of this stuff too. So yeah, it gets deeper. You're right.
oh yeah. So
Definitely. But yeah, just cautionary tale, like a lot of these people, you think, oh, they have such a beautiful voice. They're so blessed. They have all this money, even all the money in the world, all the beautiful lyrics you can sing and voice, and that does not bring you your salvation and your eternity. Veronica, hello, beautiful Veronica. That's right. Good to see you. So nice to see you from my hometown.
oh, nice.
Hope you're doing well, girl. When you sin, the spirits enter you. Yeah. You have to renounce, repent, and
Well,
then
you just pray, you know yourself and you know who you serve. And if you're in a place where there's some clinging spirits and they're bad, you brush them off and you pray them off. And like I tell you, Jen, like people that come in my home, I don't care who they are. Like if they come in with a bad spirit, it could be anger, it could be lust, it could be whatever,
yeah.
I don't know that because they're not
No.
talking like that with me, and we're not engaged in that kind of conversation. But
Right.
gossip, all that stuff, you just, I don't judge nobody, and I let them come to my home, and I'll break bread with them, have lunch, dinner, whatever. But like, I'm praying when you leave. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are. Like, I'm praying when you leave. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for me. I'm praying for my house.
Sure.
That's just the way I've always been because I've learned to understand that part of the Bible and that part of,
Yep. That's right. That's
So
good.
I'm not saying I'm any better, but I don't engage in that type of stuff. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't lust. I don't gossip. I don't. I try not to argue. And it seems like when somebody comes in with the argumentative spirit, if me and my husband start arguing and really arguing for like dumb stuff, we catch it, and I catch it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is dumb.
Yeah.
like, why are we even like, arguing about this or whatever? So in my heart, I pray, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
enough with that.
Right? Yeah, it's warfare. That's right.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Definitely.
So
I know. Let's see. We've been on an hour and a half. If you guys want to drop any questions or anything, or if anybody wants to pop in, go ahead and do it. Yeah.
yeah, this has been fun. We haven't been on like this for a while, so
I know. It feels good to see you and to like connect with the subscribers,
everybody.
our family, Convicted Hearts family. Feels so weird to me to say subscribers because I feel like you guys are my family.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you for being here, tapping in. It just feels like a good little refresh to see everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is that right there? Andrew?
This is American Top Gunner.
Oh man.
You can get it from movies, and music. Yeah, you got to be careful.
What comes out of your TV? Yep.
What we set our eyes on. Yeah. And what we think. Yeah. Let's see.
If you watch certain things, like I said, like these channels that are coming out with like hate and gossip and drama, I don't watch them.
Right.
I'm not interested in that. It's like, dude, I don't even know this person. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't want to give him the time of day. Like, I don't want to give you my view. Like, I'm not watching that. But yeah, they have their name. I just noticed that the other day that their name's on the bottom of that video, and I look at that now before I even like look at the thumbnail, because they've had some thumbnails on there that look like it's that person that the pictures of. Like it looks like that's their channel, but then I read it and I'm like, oh no, it's not them. So are you there? Or are you froze? Oh, you froze, girl. I think we lost connection. If I'm still on, good night, guys. Peace out.
Satan.
Oh, are you there?
Look at the devil trying to kick us off.
Who is?
I said, look at the devil trying to kick us off.
Oh.
I said, Satan, get behind me.
Not here, not today.
Not today.
I was already saying peace out. I was like, okay, bye, guys.
Right, that was weird. That's never happened before.
Never.
That's right. Thank you. Look at love the peace on your channel, Jen. Thank you, Veronica Salas. I love you, girl. It's so good to see you. I've missed seeing you, and I appreciate the super chat. It means more than you know.
Yep.
Thank you so much, amiga. Yeah, that was crazy. I've never had that happen before.
Never. I was like, wait, are you still there? You're frozen.
I know. I was frozen, and then it was like going crazy.
That's weird.
Right?
Oh well.
Yeah, that's wild. Hey, Wack, how are you? Long time no see. I hope you're doing good. I know it's been a minute. So what do you have planned tomorrow, Denise? Anything exciting?
Tomorrow's Friday. Day before my daughter's birthday, my oldest.
Oh.
And yeah, I'll be dog sitting tomorrow again.
Oh, okay.
She's going to Disneyland and
you're watching
going to celebrate
her puppy.
Yeah, I'll be watching her puppy up. So.
Well, maybe
then Saturday kick back and Sunday, go see Jilu.
That's right. Oh,
so excited for that.
Yes, make sure you take pictures, video, all that.
Sure. Yep.
Definitely. That'll be cool to see. Yeah. Sancho, you ain't lying though. He says church girls is the biggest freaks. I remember when I was a young and like the teenage girls, some of the stories they would tell me like, oh no,
About what?
church girls.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Shoot, when I was 10, my sister 10, 11, and 12, we went to church. This 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 youth pastor would pick us up, and we all the homies that we didn't really know as homies at that time, just going to school with them, jumped in the truck, and we all just went, and it was just a big like party.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
there was times where we went to different neighborhood and we would go to church and would go and sneak out and go hang out with the guys that were around the corner and stuff. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Church was a fun getaway.
Yeah, get away from.
But that's when we were little, young. You know, we're young.
Yep. Church girls I meet are nice, clean. That's good. That's good. American Top Gunner. American Top Gunner said that has not been his experience. So the church girls he meets are nice and clean and I hope anyways. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
You know, we all go to church for a reason, and sometimes it's not a good thing, but you know, what was I gonna how am I gonna say this? So we go to church, you know, because something happened in our lives, or we want to be forgiven and we want to be straight. And some of us, you know, were born and raised in church, and that's good.
Yeah.
But you do find, you know, girls that have been in church for a long time, and you know they know because they've been there for over 10 years, 11 years, and they're just like, okay, they want to meet their husbands there, and you know, God brings that to them, and that's all good.
Definitely.
So yeah, if you met a good girl in church, then that's good, and
a good guy too, like both ways.
Yeah. I always tell my girls, you know, God's shaping and molding your husband so that you guys will be good and stuff. And hey, he's had so far one of them's not married.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's married, my oldest, she has an amazing husband, man. I can't ask for anybody better.
God bless him. Yeah, that's awesome.
Lives a good life. He works. He's very responsible, and even my youngest, you know, she's been with them over 8 years now or something like that, and he's just like, they're so different. You know, this one I could tell, look, fool, like, what are you doing? The other one's like, hey, son, how you doing, son? You good? And, you know, so they're different, but they're molded and shaped into the men that I want for my girls, you know?
Right. And that's what matters. Yeah, what's good for them, what they need. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for my wife still, but I'm getting old. Hey, I'm praying with you, brother. Like she's coming. God's making her right for you.
Yeah.
Right. Best place to find your significant other. That's right, Veronica. That's right. I agree.
I would say don't rush into it because, you know, you got to understand that man or that woman's life, you know, and if you could deal with it, then go ahead. But
right.
I mean, I've been married going on 34, 33 or 34 years. My husband's going to yell at me.
He's
like, you don't even remember your anniversary. What are you talking about?
I know. That was always me too. I couldn't remember.
But I remember it's July 14th. So it's coming up.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I could say what I say and know what I'm saying, you know, when it comes to being married and having your husband and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely have some knowledge that you can pass on to people. Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it is. It's just my opinion, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
But I see so many people, even here on Facebook, like even just in chats, like, oh, I'm going to be with this person, or, you know, they get with this, and then next thing you know, they're just not talking, and they're not, they're not
Yeah.
engaging anymore, and it's like, dude, you just met her like a year ago. Come on now.
Right? That's why
You met
sometimes
her 6 months ago.
you're right. Sometimes it's best to not say anything at all, especially like if you're in a situation, and I speak from experience, where it's touch and go, like it's best to just sit that part out, you know? Unless you really feel like you have a solid like foundation to speak on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Lost my wife and a side chick somewhere in San Jose. Wow.
What?
They're probably not coming back if you lost them in San Jose.
Oh no.
That's funny. That's got to be like some lyrics to a song because he put lyrics right here.
Ah,
That's funny.
I know. Sometimes my friends or somebody would say something on Facebook, and I'm like, and they're like, it's a song, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right? That's funny.
I'm like, what? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't know if we have some free time tomorrow night or this weekend, we can go live again.
Yeah.
It'll be
I'm
fun.
down. I'm down anytime. If I'm not doing nothing, I'll tell you and stuff. But
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, just everyone, just want to say, like, if you take anything from some of the stuff we talk about, like, hopefully it's positive. Support who you want to support. I don't have anything negative to say about anyone. When I was saying earlier about who I support, it's only because that's who I know of and or who supports me. I can't necessarily vouch for someone I don't know personally or who hasn't shown me love or support. So that's why,
yeah, same here. If I wouldn't have met these people or personally talked like to them on a daily or something, I would be like, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's
I would
everybody.
tell you who to talk to, but I would back myself away from that person too,
Mm-hmm.
But so far, it's just that's how I am, and I go on everybody's channel, and not everybody, but the people that I mention, and I don't sit there and talk crap about anybody. Like, I'm cool on your channel, I mess with you, like that's who I engage with, and at the time, if they're on lives, I go on their lives and say what's up and talk with the chat, and
that's what's up. Yeah,
that's it,
that's how it should
Nobody's asked me like, hey, have you done this or that, or hey, you're this and that, or none. I don't do that, so I don't gossip and I don't put myself out there to be that way. So
that is a huge spider on my wall right here. Hold on.
You gonna kill it?
Girl, I'm gonna kill it in a minute when I get up here.
I don't know.
Take a picture so I can post it and show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see it.
No, I can't see it. Damn it.
No, I'll post it.
Send it to me.
I'll post it on the community page. Okay.
Dude, like since I've have to kill spiders and crickets. Crickets are huge now. I'm like, is that a damn cricket or spider?
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell the difference, but I gotta kill those suckers or I'm gonna get bitten. Like, I'm not playing no more. I get a big old thing and big old water napkins.
That's what I'm gonna do right now. I've got some.
My husband's like going like this to try. I'm like, what are you doing? Just kill it.
Right.
He's like, it sees my shadow. I go, it don't see shit. Just kill the damn thing. And if you drop it, you're looking for it. Because I ain't sleeping in here.
I'm gonna get this guy right now. He's going down. He's going down fast and furious right now. All right, you guys, much love. Thank you, everyone in the chat. This is dedicated to all the subscribers, the supporters, the convicted hearts. We love you guys.
Stop fighting, you two people. Damn it.
Yes. God bless you guys. Until next time. Okay.
Bye, sister.
Bye. Buenas noches, guys.